Okay, we're back. I wish we were live and in person and I could let you look through some of the most beautiful flowers that I have pictures of. Now, a great way to collect art to use as reference is to get calendars. This was a flower calendar I bought that has some gorgeous varieties of flowers. And once you have these as a reference, then you can plan out your composition. The rule for our lesson for today is that our flowers need to be bursting off the edges of the pages, just like Georgia O'Keeffe's. Now you can do one big flower, or you can have a couple of smaller flowers, just so long as, look how interesting as they all go off the page. It's way more interesting to do flowers that are like the bumblebee perspective, like you're just zooming right into the center, rather than just have a little flower in the middle of the page. Look how much more interesting that is, to look at a real live close-up of a flower with all the centers bursting forth. Okay, so I'm going to choose one. I'm going to do the poppy that she had done, one that was very similar. And this is what I haven't figured out very well, is how to have you be able to see what I'm doing. I miss having my Elmo in my classroom, but you know how I would teach from that. And what I'm going to do is I'll draw it and then I'll turn it over to show you my perspective. So I'm looking at my reference here, and I'm not going to try to copy it exactly. I'm just looking at the general shape here in the center. And then this is a poppy, and so it's got these soft, loose petals that go booming off the edge. What flowers do you like? What flowers have you been noticing in your yard, in your garden? I hope you've been able to get out. It's been such a time of us being indoors and being with a lot of time with our families and being creative. So look how simple. My only rule is I'm saying it needs to go off the page, and I want to see some semblance of a leaf. Poppies have really wavy length leaves. You can see that. Oh, my lines are so light you can't even see them. I'll go over them a little bit darker. Even though, and because I'm going to be painting it in just a minute. Okay, I'm just going to spend a few more minutes because I don't want to have this be too long for you. There, you can see it. Okay, I've got a little set of watercolors here. I hope you're able to have some paint. You can do this with markers. You can do it with crayons. But I certainly like to use my watercolors. I'm going to wake them up. I've taught you about just putting a little dab of water in each one. And wake up. Now I want you to think about the background too, because you know how I insist that a piece of art does not ever just have plain white paper. And I'm going to do this like I've taught you to get. I'm going to get my whole leaves wet so that the water will flow. And my water, I've used it before, so it's not exactly clean. I'm going to start with some red. Let's see, I could use a bigger brush. There's a bigger brush. I'm going to continue with some red. This is kind of a good magenta shade. And I'll come back in just a minute.